is about your rights. Perhaps the most important theme of reducing the scope of government is stopping them from taking your rights. Property rights, free speech rights, rights of association, judicial rights. Infringements can be found just about anywhere. Just go down the list of the amendments in the Bill of Rights. Rights denied, rights obscured, rights shrouded by contradictory and inconsistent laws. When Obama was leaving office, he wrote a number of executive orders, including one or two, which have specified, of all things, the foundation for defining climate change can be broadened. It can be used at the discretion of any insurance company to decide what defines a floodplain.
The insurance companies have written rules. The rules of the game, the only problem is you don't get the game rules. Why? Because they don't show them to you until you have a claim. Guess what? You know what the first rule of the claim game is? You have to lose in order to win. What? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, you have to lose. You have to lose A, your life, your health, your car, your house, your boat, your plane, your motorcycle. You have to lose something in order to win.
This impact on private contractors and home buyers, the real estate market, is a lot more profound than it appears, because what has happened here with this executive order, which will hopefully be rescinded, and soon, is that insurance companies can decide for themselves what constitutes a floodplain based upon their interpretation of what constitutes climate change. Well, this should be interesting, because we know that there's scads of computer models that are the basis for these arguments about climate change.
The overwhelming majority of scientists are saying, A, climate change is real. Climate change is caused by human activity.
Hundreds of factors that influence global temperature, everything from tilt of the Earth's axis to ocean cycles to water vapor, methane.
The evidence is overwhelming, but the speed that climate change is happening is caused by humans.
There were periods, for example, in Earth's history when we had 3 times as much CO2 as we have today, or periods when we had 10 times as much CO2 as we have today. And if CO2 has a large effect on climate, then you should see it in the temperature reconstruction.
And not one of them is worth a damn. Not one of them has been able to produce any reasonable measure of prediction beyond a short period of time. Yet this is somehow going to become policy for insurance companies so that they can raise their rates and actually make the cost of construction in some areas prohibitive. So I'm sorry, this to me is an absolute abrogation of property rights. And to do it in the name of something that is phony is really, well, insulting, quite simply. Now, if you add to this the fact that this whole concept of climate change has been built around trying to impose a carbon tax, to me, it just makes it even more egregious. This is something that we'll be covering in more detail. I would recommend that you look up the subject, get a hold of those executive orders, contact your congressman, be a pain about it, even contact the White House to pressure them in order to rescind this frankly, this stupidity.